Hey folks, welcome back to Gaming Garbage. Let me just check my audio here. Wow, seriously? Let me try. Let me try some. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Hey, that worked. Awesome. Oh. All right, let's get into it. So what I did right there, if you're having a Twitch audio stuttering problem, which this really seems to be an issue for a lot of people, and it's growing. Twitch has also had a lot of layoffs lately this year and part of last year, so I doubt it's going to be fixed anytime soon. What I did while the stream is running is that I went to my settings screen. I let the stream pause. I unplugged my headset from my controller, counted to 5, plugged it back in, went back to the stream, and it reset the audio for me. So hopefully that helps. This has been working for me multiple times in a row now, and I think we're finally starting to hopefully get a resolution on this. This still doesn't work for everybody, but hopefully that fixes some other things that have worked, is unlinking and relinking Twitch, and other people have done updates which has worked for them. So try different things and hopefully something will work for you. So to get to today's topic, YouTube and streamer burnout. So it seems like every so often during a certain season of the year, people on YouTube start talking about them feeling burned out, them feeling worn out on streaming and gaming and making content or doing music videos or whatever. And yeah, this does seem to be a particular season or couple of seasons during the year. And it's so sad. I feel for these people because they work so hard, you know, and the dream is kind of like, oh, I can be a YouTuber or a streamer, and like I can make this money, and I can work on actually not having like a grindy job. But unfortunately, this becomes the grindy job, and unfortunately, these people, they make less on average than just having a normal job where you get paid for your time. And ultimately, for a lot of people, YouTubing and streaming doesn't last forever. They eventually want to move on to something else, or they're tired of it, or it's not fun. And part of it is because of ultimately the unsung contract that content creators have with their audience. Is the audience, hey, entertain me, I'm going to give you views. And the content creator says, hey, if you watch and are willing to, I can entertain you enough so that you can sit through the ads and I can make money. And so there's this kind of contractual relationship, and it's not about friendship. It's not really organic. I'm not saying that can't happen. I'm just saying for most YouTube channels, that is the ultimate goal, is for the channel to make money and for the audience to be entertained. I even see this in my own channel. So I am not going to monetize this channel. I actually want to produce a channel that's different, and two, I want to see if it's going to work. My focus is not just to entertain you folks, but it's to invest in you guys. 96-97% of you are guys, and you're 18 to 35 years old. And that's absolutely the demographic that seems to be invested in the least in this culture in the United States. And in Europe too, honestly. There's just a lack of investment in us. A lot of times we feel like we're the problem or we're the issue. And also in some cases, we hold up our families. We support a lot, and sometimes we feel like Atlas. I know I certainly feel like Atlas. And there's no one holding me up. And I'm sure that's the same for some of you too. And so my channel is going to be different. And I don't necessarily suspect of ever having burnout, because there's plenty of games that companies are going to create that are garbage, which I'm going to be showcasing on the channel. I'm enjoying doing the co-oping and playing with other people and other games. I'm enjoying that. My wife and I, later this year, we're going to set up a thing where we're going to go through It Takes Two, which is basically like cheap marriage counseling through a video game. Or relationship counseling through a video game to help couples work through issues. And then through each chapter, my wife and I, we want to actually talk about our marriage and talk about that particular chapter and how it pertains to how we were, just starting out being married, or some of the things we've even worked through or are still working through today. So this channel is not just to entertain, it is honestly to invest in you guys, because there's just not a lot of it out there. I've already been doing this on a personal level for over 10 years because I saw the need. I remember what I went through, and each stage of life is kind of different. So I'm a dad and a husband, and I have aging parents, and I'm a homeowner, and so these are kind of different, and I got a career job now, and so these are kind of different things that I'm working through, and as I learn, I wish to share with the channel. But with these YouTubers, they're burning out, and, they know that the audience, if they take even a day break, that the audience is going to disappear. And I ran the numbers with Penguin Zero. He shared how many YouTubers he had, and when he took a 4-day vacation, he shared how many YouTubers he lost. And I ran the math, and he lost 13.7% of his subscriber base in 4 days. How that translates to money exactly through AccuSense or whatever that is through Google, I have no idea. Or AdSense, I think it's called. I don't know how much money that translates for him, but losing, we could roughly say he lost 13.7% of his revenue. And he says, too, that it'll be very hard for him to actually gain that back. It'll be very hard for him to, produce that, to get back to the level that he was at, and that his revenue, too, has also taken a hit. And so we know as an industry, the general audience has the attention of a goldfish. And the goldfish quickly swim away when they're no longer entertained. And I even see this in my shorts that I make. Some of the shorts, people don't even make it through 50% of the video, and they totally miss the joke. Or they totally miss the whole thing. It's like, folks, the beginning and the midsection of the video is to kind of lead up to what's truly is hilarious at the end of the video. Like, you're totally missing the climax at the end because you're just scrolling on through, which, you guys are missing out. I enjoy the channel for what it is, and I'm producing it, and I'm just seeing if I can create a channel that is less shallow than most of the channels out there. Because, again, I'm not here just to entertain. I'm here to invest in you folks. And so these YouTubers and streamers, they got to quit after a while. Or a lot of them quit pretty early on because it is really hard to get in. You're competing with tens of millions of other people, or maybe even hundreds of millions of people all over the world, jiving for that entertainment, jiving for the views, to make money, to whatever. And even with the guy that Pew's review, which he reviews like mics and booms and controllers and headsets and that kind of thing. Check him out if you can. PUGH is the name. Pew's Reviews. He's got a pretty good channel on reviewing stuff. But even at 2,000 subscribers, he makes pennies. He literally makes pennies through his ads. So, like, you got to get pretty freaking high up there to actually even get anywhere. And people that feel like they got to do it every day, it's every day. And, we are designed to have rest. We are designed to work, to enjoy playing, to enjoy creating and building and nurturing something, producing something, and get enjoyment out of that and fulfillment. But also we're made to have rest. And these YouTubers, the way the industry has been built is it's really unhealthy because the entertainment audience goes brain dead in front of their TV or their tablet or phone for hours. I bet if you took a look on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook, and Twitter, I think you'd be amazed if there were counters for all of them, how much time you'd actually spend on social media. And it's a lot. And then you don't grow, you don't mature, there's no investment of skills, and you're wasting your time, unfortunately. Not saying you can't have fun or even like me do stuff like this. And yes, I still play video games and I watch YouTube videos, but most of my week, I'm either investing in my relationships, taking rest for myself, which is healthy, for a period of time, getting chores done that need to get done to sustain the life that I have, and then also investing in future skills. So, and all of that translates to still a fulfilling and gratifying life in the future. Spending time in front of the screen doesn't do it. And then these YouTubers and streamers, they are, 8, 7, 10, 7, 12, even 14, 16 hours, 7 days a week, just grinding, just trying to get there, trying to make money, working so hard, and oh my goodness, I just feel for these folks because they're dumping into something that isn't going to produce anything. And they get burnout because ultimately, even the ones that are successful, I would say, they still get burnout because they realize that at the end of the day, their life still isn't fulfilling. Maybe it was fulfilling for a time, but ultimately when your relationships and when your experiences stagnate, life is not enjoyable anymore. And this kind of dream job, this kind of fun, playing games or making other content or music videos or whatever, at some point, there's got to be a step up to something. Otherwise, you just don't get the same enjoyment you used to. And these people just work so hard at it. It's brutal. And I was just checking my audio there. And it's so hard just to keep going. So like there was another YouTuber, he's probably made millions of dollars over his 10 years or so, but yeah, he's kind of done. I forget his name, of course. But he's finished. And he's going to take a very long break. He doesn't know when he's going to come back or if he's going to come back. And again, he's talked about this burnout, and I think it was like a 40-minute video or something. And I certainly do not want to take that long. But, folks, whatever your hobbies are, whatever you enjoy doing, whatever type of job you try to make money at, if you can do a job that you truly love, it doesn't feel like working. And that's true to an extent. And if you can make money at it to sustain the lifestyle you want, wonderful. Do that. But most of us, it doesn't work that way. So I got to do a job I don't necessarily love. Sometimes I got to work 48 or 96 hours a week. My longest week ever was 144 hours and 12 days. That was grueling. I've done that a few times over the last decade. I don't enjoy doing that. But a normal work week for me is 48 hours, and then I have 4 days off. And that 4 days off, I'm investing in my wife and my kids and our friends, in my church, people that I run into at stores and bumping them into the street or whatever. I have some side gig businesses that I do out of my garage, and I interact with my customers. I do this and I interact with you folks, and I got gaming buddies all over the world that I also keep up with. And I spend, some time during that weekend too, like I said, doing some chores, getting some stuff done. But like, the fulfillment that I get, the enjoyment I get, it's not through my screens. It is entertaining. It is fun. I do enjoy doing it. But if I had to make a choice tomorrow, even if I had the biggest YouTube channel ever, and I had hundreds of millions of dollars, or tens of millions of dollars, I probably already would have quit by now. Because, as an example, to kind of relate a little bit. Oh, you don't stream, or you're not a big channel, you don't understand. Well, I tried doing dating, long-distance dating, through screens. And then I did it locally with my girlfriend at the time, who is now my wife. And I can tell you that through screens versus physical presence and interaction, it is completely different. The relationship grew in a different way. The relationship grew in a healthier way. And overall, it was just better. And I didn't need to take years to figure out, hey, this gal through the screen isn't going to work, so I need to try somebody else. But instead, it was, I need to try something else. And I need to invest where I am in the real world. And I need to procure and produce my community here, my friends here. Again, my gaming buddies, they still ask me how I'm doing. They're from the UK, Germany, Australia. They're from, I got one in Saudi Arabia now. They're from Pakistan. They're from Russia. They're from Japan. They're from Canada. And they're all over the United States. And, some of these folks, I only interact with them on a kind of, semi-annual basis. But, I mean, their relationships, even put together, are not as valuable as the relationships that I've made in person. And it really comes down to the interaction. So if you can interact, if you can do things that are, how can I put it? If you can interact on a personal level, that is really what's going to produce a personal relationship. If you interact with someone on a business level, where there's money involved, like YouTube, like streaming, that's as far as it's going to go. It's going to be a business relationship, okay? Can't say that there's a few instances out there, of course, where, yeah, you get real friends out of the deal and whatever, but generally speaking, that's how it works. And so if you want personal relationships, you have to be personal with other people. And if you don't have friends around you, you got to go out there and let other people know you're available and what you're looking for. And if they don't want it, next. I mean, just freaking move on down the line, folks. Same with girlfriends and boyfriends, too, wherever you're at. You have to be intentional on building the life that you want. And again, this relates to work and jobs, too. And yeah, these YouTubers and streamers, they realize that at the end of the day, they have spent the last decade sitting in a chair looking at the screen and like, I've never met any of these people. I don't have a girlfriend. I don't have, again, it is possible to do those things. Dr. Disrespect, he does it. He's got a family. He's got at least 1 or 2 children. He has a house and he streams, and that's what he does for a job. And he enjoys doing it. He enjoys, too, the community that he's built. And it's not just about money for him. But if it is money for you, if you do kind of feel stuck having to do this 7 days a week grind, man, try something else. I'd even encourage you, if you still enjoy doing it, do what I'm trying. And again, I don't know if it's going to work, but I got 72 subscribers already. I mean, that's amazing to me. And I got to thank you folks. For that. I think it's cool. And I really want to build a community where I just don't interact with you, but other people interact with each other too. And we share information, like with the stuttering issues on Twitch. And we talk about news. And we game together. And I invest in you guys. And even some of you other guys invest in each other through the comments and through whatever. Please be respectful. Some of you aren't, but hey, that's okay. I still love you. I'm more mature than that, honestly. And I'm not going to be pissing in your Cheerios because it's not really going to do anything. I'll just be silent most of the time. So, but yeah, folks, remember, life is not in front of a screen, because you can't experience the same level of life through a screen than you can when you're physically there, when you're present, when you're personal. So if some of you other guys are YouTubers and streamers, enjoy it, keep doing what you're doing, but man, don't make money the forefront. Don't create the business relationship through the channel. And again, this channel, it will never be monetized. Twitch, I'm never going to monetize it either. Which there's 24 of you on there too, which is crazy. I'm almost at 25. My goal's 50 by the end of the year. Oh my word, we might actually make it. That'd be kind of cool. But again, it's I do not want to monetize this. I have a real job where I get paid for my work and effort and time every day. And I use that money to invest. Hold on, folks. I use that money to to invest in the life that I have. And I have taken the time, oh man, and it's a lot of time to build the life that you want. And two, there's also a level of contentment. Let me talk about that for a second. There is a level of contentment. And you're not going to achieve every dream that you have. But if you can make goals to work you toward the realization of that dream over the next years or decade, do that. And some of them are absolutely possible. But you're not going to achieve everything that you want. And so learn to have contentment. And it's so important, and it is an aspect of producing happiness. Because if you're constant, it's not like you shouldn't be trying to improve your life or you shouldn't be trying to improve yourself. But if you're always striving after the things that are impossible for you to reach, especially all of them, because you don't have enough time in a day to reach all of them, you're never going to get there. You're going to feel frustrated, and then eventually you're just going to give up. And I don't want people to do that. I want people to enjoy the life they are capable of having. And that's different for everybody. So have some contentment too, folks. So hopefully that's, I don't know, that was just kind of on my heart a bit. And I've just heard of some YouTubers that have quit and just having a tough time with life. And I know things are hard too. Things are not easy for other people right now. There's a lot of stuff going on for everybody. But yeah, this was on my heart with YouTuber Burnout. And I just thought, man, people don't know exactly how to make their life work. And again, you can make your life in many different ways and even make it successful. But at the end of the day, you're still not happy. And there's only really a few ways, folks, to produce joy and satisfaction, to feel like your life is worth something. And that takes a ton of work. So get started. If you haven't gotten started already, get started. And if you have questions, contact me. There's whispers on Twitch that we can message through or whatever. I wouldn't mind that at all. And there's probably a way on YouTube as well, but I don't really know how to do that. Yeah, folks, hang in there. And honestly, continue to check in on people. Continue to spend time with people. Create experiences. Even if they're small. Create experiences with people. Sit on the porch. Go visit them. Go on a small road trip. Go to the park and throw the ball around. Go to an aquarium or a museum together. Play video games and do some couch gaming stuff. Star Wars Battlefront, the originals are great for that. Play online. Ask how they're doing. Okay? Even if it's through a screen, you can still interact and have these experiences with people in someone else's game. Just like what Lion and I do. And we have a fun time doing that. But yeah, be personal. Be intentional. And manage your expectations on your dreams. Okay, not all of them are going to happen. But that doesn't mean that your life can't be a blessing to wake up to every morning. So anyway, folks, I hope that meant something to some of you. And that some of you heard something that was helpful. If so, give me a like and a follow and all that good fancy stuff. I got Twitch at Don't Tread on Thee. I also have Xbox. So Don't Tread on Thee is my gamer tag. You can find me on Xbox. And then YouTube is Gaming Garbage 22. So until the next time, folks, I'll see you on the next one.